Today we're cooking pork belly bites on the SNS Kamado. What we have here is a 3.5 kilo piece of pork belly. It does still have the bone on and the rind, which we won't need for this cook, so we're going to be cutting those off. You can reuse these for a few other bits, a few other cooks as well. Okay. We've also got some Gochujang, so that's a Korean fermented chili paste. Really nice flavour, really nice aroma. Little sweet by Lanes and Porkinator by Flaming Coals. So we're going to combine the kind of sweets and the Gochujang just in the last step of our cook to give us a nice sweet and spicy finish to our pork belly bites. All right, so this we're now going to cut into 4 centimetre cubes. It sounds big, but the amount of moisture loss and the amount these shrink, they end up about half the size. You could go smaller, it's just with a longer cook. I want to get a fair bit of smoke into it. If I go too small, they're going to dry out. So now we're going to put on some yellow mustard as a binder just to help our rub stick that bit better. We're going to do every single side of these and then just put them aside for 15-20 minutes just while the pit's getting up to temperature and a little Kamado, and on they go. Okay, so now our SNS Kamado has settled out just short of what we're aiming for, so we're sitting around 250 Fahrenheit. This is a good time to open her up. We're going to take the baffle out, put in a couple of chunks of cherry wood, put our baffle back in, grill on, pork on, and then in for the rest of the cook. So we're stopping short just to make sure that we don't overshoot, because the SNS Kamado is really good at holding temperature, so if we overshoot, it's much harder to get the heat back out. So it's good to preempt, because we know we're going to introduce a whole heap of oxygen to it while we fight around with the other few bits and pieces to get it all ready to go. Okay, so we've had our pork belly bites in for about an hour and a half, sitting the Kamado at around that 275 mark. So remember, just set it as a bracket, 250 to 300 Fahrenheit's fine. Don't stress about the little things. You don't need to worry about it with these things. Let's have a look. All right, so they've got a beautiful color on them. Had plenty of smoke. Next step, we're gonna take them out, add a couple more ingredients, wrap them, put them back in for step 2, okay? Because I had a few different sizes, I had a couple of pieces here that are really, really small, a couple of chunks. I've split them up a bit just to make them a bit more even, purely because the smaller ones are going to be done that bit quicker. So it means I can pull a whole tray out rather than just picking out single little ones. Being a little obsessive, but there you go. Okay, so we've had our pork belly bites in for another hour 45. Usually the second step's an hour and a half to 2 hours, so it's about right. Now we've drained the remaining liquid out of the pans. We're going to add our Lane's Little Sweet mixed with our Korean paste, our Gochujang. Nice and liberal. Back in the smoker for another couple of minutes. Give it a quick toss around and then a few more. Okay, we just want a little bit of caramelisation. We don't want it in there for ages, otherwise the sugar in the sauce is going to start to burn, and no one likes that. Now brings me to the worst part of this job. Tasty. Actually, I want that one. There's no neat way to do this. That's nice. A little bit of citrus, sweet and salty. Really like that gochujang. That fermented chili paste, awesome. Give it a crack. Thanks for watching, guys. As you saw, super simple, really tasty. Don't forget to subscribe. Full recipe in the description.